Hey guys, Nate here, and today I am going to be talking about the differences from Scream 2022, the movie that we saw in theaters, and the script. I managed to be able to read the script, read a copy of the script not that long ago, and I actually made some notes here just so I didn't forget anything of the differences. So, quick review of the script. The script was amazing. It reads really well. It's super well written. It's honestly one of the best scripts I've read in a long time. Obviously, I saw the movie prior to reading the script, so I was kind of playing the movie in my head as I was reading it, which I'm sure helped a little bit. But it's just very well written. It was a very well written script. I mean, again, these guys, I can't say enough about this team that they just knocked us out of the park. Like I said, I did like make notes. I have them on my screen here, so I didn't forget anything. So I'm gonna be like reading them and talking about them. One of the first things was that all the characters were aged in the script. All their ages were revealed. So we have Liv, Chad, Mindy, Tara, and Amber are all 18 years old. Richie is 25, Sam is 24, Vince is 22, and Wes is 17. In general, there were a lot of scenes that the scene was exactly the same as it was in the movie. There was just a lot more dialogue. So that kind of stuff I didn't put specifically in the notes. Like I wasn't like, well, in this scene, there's two extra, paragraphs of dialogue. I didn't put that unless it was like vastly changed the scene. In the script, Vince drives a beat up pickup truck as opposed to a nice, kind of vintage muscle car. Um, Next would be and I did put this because there is a lot more. There's a lot more dialogue at the school, and a lot more dialogue in the bar scene between the kids. Also, Tara and Sam's mom appears in the pool hall bar scene, and her name is revealed to be Christy. That's the only thing. That's the only time she ever appears. It's briefly. She has no dialogue whatsoever, and her age is listed at 40, which would put her around 16 years old when she got pregnant with Sam by Billy Loomis. During the opening scene in the video where Ghostface sends the video link to Tara, and it shows that he's outside Amber's window and he holds like the knife up to prove it. That appears in the script. However, Ghostface also appears in it. He turns the camera around in the script and shows himself that it's Ghostface and then turns it around. Here's a big one, really big one, and this is backed up by some photos that have recently been released, behind the scene photos by Kyle Gallner, who played Vince, that show him and Dewey sitting at the bar drinking together. So in the script, Dewey is actually first introduced in the bar scene. Now, it is also pointed out and stated in the script that the bar, it's a bar slash pool hall, and it's like where kids that aren't old enough to drink yet, they hang out in the pool hall part, and the adults that are old enough to drink, they hang out in the bar part. So Dewey is first introduced in the bar, and he actually attempts to break up the fight between Vince and Chad, which results in Vince punching Dewey in the head and calling him a has-been. Dewey has literally no response to this. He's drunk, and he basically just says, come on, Vince, let's go have a beer together. Doesn't really matter. Vince just tells him to fuck off, essentially. This encounter leads to Vince thinking that it's Dewey who is stalking him outside the bar later that night. When the headlights turn on, Vince literally turns around in the script and says, is that you, Riley? Vince does die the same way in the script that he does in the film. However, in the script, his cell phone rings right before Ghostface appears behind him. There's an entire scene at the Woodsboro police station after the scene where Sam is attacked at the hospital. Chad, Liv, and Mindy and Amber are all there waiting to be interrogated, and Dewey is being interrogated by Judy, who's asking for his alibi when Vince was killed, because she's aware that they got into an altercation at the bar. Vince's name in the script in this scene is revealed to be Schneider. Dewey wants nothing to do with any of this, and he's not interested nor cares whenever Judy informs him that whoever attacked Tara and whoever killed Vince was wearing a Ghostface mask. In the script, Sidney is revealed to live in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is where they shot the film. And they go in a little bit more detail about Vince's relationship to Stu. I know in it they just kind of say that Vince is Stu's nephew. In the script, they specifically say that Vince's mom is Leslie Mocker, who is Stu Mocker's sister. Also, in that scene at the Meeks house where they are all talking about the requels and what happened in the original film, there's originally a moment, it's in the script, where Mindy pulls up a YouTube clip of a crime scene show that shows crime scene photos and footage from the original Scream, including Stu's dead body, the TV being lifted off his head, Stu's body being put into a body bag, Billy being put into a body bag, and Tatum being removed from the garage door. In an homage to Scream 1, Judy's death scene in the script, right before she dies, Judy removes Ghostface's mask as he's leaning over her. She reaches up and pulls it off, and the script describes it just like Casey in Scream 1. She has a similar look on her face. We, the audience, realize that she recognizes the killer right before she dies. When Tara is in the hospital right before she gets attacked, she is watching I Know What You Did Last Summer on the TV. The nameless officer who is just killed off screen and shown laying there in a pool of blood. First time in Scream history, by the way, that a no-name killer was killed off screen like that. Or a no-name victim was killed off screen like that, rather. He is named in the script. His name is Deputy Clay. And finally, the last little detail that was different, that obviously I guess they weren't able to get him. But it's said when Mindy is watching Stab in Stu's house on the couch, and she's very specifically watching the scene with Randy on the couch, her uncle, that Randy in Stab is played by a 1990s Seth Green. And that's it, guys. That's really it. Like I said, there's not a lot of differences. Most of it's minor, smaller stuff. The biggest differences were the additional scenes with Dewey and the police station scene. Those were the biggest differences. Nothing major, really. A lot of minor stuff. The script was super close to what we got on film. So I'm anxious to see. I do know a few of these scenes were shot. I do know that the Dewey being introduced in the bar was filmed, and I also know that the Woodsboro police station scene was filmed as well. So we'll see if we get, I don't know if we'll get a director's cut or maybe we'll get just the deleted scenes. I'm sure we'll get to see them at some point. But yeah, so that's the differences between Scream 2022, the film, and Scream 2022, the script. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe.